Fad. It's not a trending topic to be removed by, you know, whatever the following week. That's not what this is. You know what I mean? And I think that something needs to happen to where we just make sure that people know and understand that this is not something that's supposed to go away. Not until we get the justice that we want, you know. And mind you, there is some change that's happened, and that's good, but it's not the changes that we want, at least not completely. Like, okay, so they named a law after Breonna Taylor. Great. But her killers are still free. That don't make no damn sense. Y'all go name a law after her so that it don't happen to nobody else, or should it happen to somebody else? Oh, that's the Breonna Taylor law. What? But her killers are still running around like it's all good. So I mean, again, it's like, thank you, but get the hell out of here. Y'all know what you want. Don't bring me this little piece of something when you know what I'm demanding. I'm telling you, in the loudest voice I can create, I'm telling you what I want. So don't bring me nothing other than what I want. And I just don't want people to let up. I don't want people to let up. I don't want people to get comfortable and you know, let this go away like, you know, like it's just a hot thing this week. Like, I don't want that to happen.
Because that's how this world operates. One thing is going on this week, and then next week we're attacking something else. But it's so sad because sometimes we can't even get over that one thing because next week they kill another black person. You know what I mean? So it's just like we're just in a tough place right now. And I want to go back to, because you talked about how you thinking like your last record on the album would be something touching on something about what's happening with social injustice. But are we gonna get any features on the album?
Definitely got some features on the album. A lot of them are pending, meaning I haven't put together the full track listing yet. So it's some songs that I've done with some people, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep them for this album. You know, you might hear them later on. But I'm putting it together, man. It's been about a year and a half that I've been putting this album together. The hold up has just basically been me initially not really knowing what I wanted to say. You know, the sound has changed, the look has changed, things have changed since it was released. So I'm like, where do I fit in what's going on right now? You know what I mean? Or should I even be concerned with fitting into what's going on right now? Like, just those kind of questions in my head and wrestling with those, to where I finally get to the conclusion of, you know what? I didn't get into music to be famous or popular or rich. I didn't get into music for any of these reasons. I got into music because somebody said I could do music as a career. My job could be music. And I'm like, wait, so you mean to tell me something that I was going to do all day, every day for free, somebody will actually pay me for? Oh, sign me up. I'm in. So everything that comes with it is like, you know what I mean? So I just had to get back to that place where it's like, bro, you do this because you love music. That's the only reason you should be doing this. That's all. That's what art is. You're supposed to be able to express yourself freely and not worry about fitting into any specific box. And I was doing that to myself. I'm like, all right, I'm not a spring chicken no more. You know what I'm saying? This is album number, what, 8, 9, 8? Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Like, do people still give a damn about a NeYo song? And it's like, but the real answer to that question is, does it matter? Because before anybody knew who the hell I was still doing music. And it didn't matter. It didn't matter if anybody wanted to hear it then. You know what I mean? So I had to just really get back to that place where it's like, listen, you do this because you love it. If people go and get it, that's cool. But at the end of the day, you got to be all right with the art that you create. And you know, for a long time, I felt like, you know, I would kind of split my album in half. It's the songs that I want to do versus the songs I feel like I have to do. And I'm not in that place no more. Like, I don't feel like there's anything that I have to do. Like, truth be told, if I put this album out and 3 people go get it, if it's 3 people that have a genuine and real love for my music and my art, I'll be happy with that. I'm fine. I did all right for myself. I ain't gonna miss no meals. I'm good. You know?
But at this point, like, I want to think about, like, in the mind of NeYo, how do you continue to create? Because you've made every type of song possible. You made some of the biggest.
It's like saying,
last 10 years. So, but in your, like, how does your mind even create at this point? You know what I mean?
So love, right? Love. Love is an idea. Love is a concept. Never goes out of style. Never gets old. Will never go out of style. Will never die, right? And saying, okay, well, you've written a love song before, so what are you gonna write about? What are you gonna write now? another love song. It's like, that's like saying, well, you've been in love one time, you ain't gonna never do it again. Nah, like that's you just I keep going as the world keeps going. You know, everything that I've ever dealt with, somebody else has dealt with before, maybe handled it a different way. There's a
Yeah.
song in there. You know, the way I handled it is a song, the way you handle it is a song.
True.
So there's always inspiration. That's not the problem. There's always something to write about. It's being concerned with the acceptance of the world once you write it, once you produce it, once you make it. Like oh man, I need people to love it so that I'm validated. And it's like I'm in a place now where I don't need anyone's validation, man. Like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do regardless to whether people love it or not. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do because I got to, because I have to. It's woven into my DNA. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it right now. So I mean, I hope that people enjoy this album. I don't see you not enjoying it because I mean I know what I do. I don't see you not enjoying it, but should that happen, I'm in a serene place mentally, physically, spiritually, to where I'm happy with what I've produced. I'm happy with my art. If y'all agree, then cool. And if y'all don't, then cool. Like that's where I'm at with it right now.
You know, it's so good to be in that space though, because I know it probably took you a minute to get to that space. You know,
Yeah.
we're always in our head a lot. But I wanted to thank you, NeYo, for You to Love, because a lot of records aren't talking about I only want you to love. You know what I mean?
It's not a popular topic right now, but it's needed, man. It's needed and it's necessary. Like, mind you, don't get me wrong, because what's also needed and necessary are the songs about just sex or just money or just drugs. Okay, yeah, we need those. I like some of those too, but we need the contrast. It can't be just that. You know what I mean? Like, just for the sake of our own sanity, it can't be just that. We have to know and believe that love still exists and that it's possible to be with one person and be happy. Like, it's possible. It ain't easy, but what worth it ever is. You know what I mean? That's where we came from with this record. Like, that one person and just rocking out with that one person, and you know, settling differences as opposed to being like, oh, our first fight, I'm done. Like, your grandparents went together 20, 30, 40 years by breaking up every time they got into an argument. Like,
right.
you know, and that's, and mind you, that's something that I personally had to step back and remind myself of, you know, because marriage is not easy. Everybody, I mean, that ain't a secret. Everybody knows marriage is hard. It's not an easy thing. Well, I'll rephrase. Marriage can be hard if you do things to make it hard. Like, you know, like we had at one point got to the point where we couldn't even talk to each other. You know what I mean? Like I know there's something wrong, you know there's something wrong, but we're both trying to avoid the argument, so we just don't say nothing. We pack it down. And you pack it down until all of a sudden, boom, and it be over something small. You know what I mean? It be over something to where that response wasn't even merited. So we had to get to that place. We had to get to the why. Okay, why have we gotten so comfortable not communicating? Why has that happened? And that was a really difficult road to go down, because it made us have to have some really uncomfortable conversations.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like them conversations that could go left because they're so honest, because you're being so honest about what you feeling. Like, listen, I love you, but damn it, this. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Like, we had to do that. And the ultimate conclusion we came to is, listen, man, I love you. I love you beyond the shadow of a doubt. And if that's true for both of us, then anything else we just gotta figure out how to navigate. Like, the fact that we love each other unconditionally trumps everything else. You know what I mean? And that's, again, was not easy, but now we stronger than we were before.
Yeah. Did you find yourself having to, you know, put your ego down and like, I have to compromise. I'm married. Like, I have to compromise. Because I think a lot of people think that you have to compromise in any relationship that you're in.
Any relationship that involves another person, be it a friendship, be it a romantic relationship, compromise is a must, because you are you and they are them, and you are not going to always agree on everything. So sometimes, every now and then, you have to compromise what it is you want so that person is happy, and that person has to do the same thing for you. And if neither one of you are willing to do that, then you're not gonna last. Period.
That's a gem right there. Like you said, though, our grandparents didn't stay together that long by just giving up on each other when they got to fight, you know.
That, for better or for worse, when you're doing your vows and getting married, in sickness and in health, better or for worse. It feel like that for worse part just kind of in one ear and out the other. Like like you say I do in the moment, but you don't really go,
You don't really.
wait a minute, for worse. What is worse gonna be? And then when worse shows up, you're almost shocked. Like, how the hell did we get here? And it's like, wait a minute. We said for better or for worse. Like it's easy, like I tell people all the time, even people in new relationships, it's very easy to love all the good things about a person. Like, oh, I love her hair. I love the way she smiles.
Right.
You need to know if you can deal with the things you don't like about her.
Yep.
Like she snore or she chew with her mouth open.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You need to know if you're all right with that stuff before you go, oh my God, I'm in love. This is who I want to be with forever. Like the good stuff, you're supposed to like the good stuff. Can you tolerate the other stuff? You know what I mean?
And it's a lot of self-work too, because I think people always try to rely on their partner to bring them to a place. But like, no, you have to do that self-work as well.
Definitely. The hardest part of us kind of our reconciliation was to stop doing this and start doing this. That's like, all right, what did I do wrong? How can I be better in this situation? What did I do to cause this? You know, even if I don't feel like it was my fault, I know I played a part. So what part did I play? And how can I change that to where we don't wind up in this place again? Like that's something that again we both had to do. And it's not easy, man. It's not easy to look in the mirror and go, all right, you're selfish, you're insecure, you're this, you're that. Like it's hard to read yourself. You know what I mean? Like but in order for us to get back to this place, I won't even say get back to this place because we're actually better than
you want to get better.
So in order for us to get to this better place, we had to really. It had to happen, man. It had to happen, and it was hard. It was very, very hard, but it was worth it.
I appreciate you speaking so candidly about people in their business or no, but that's how we learn. You know what I mean? That's how everybody else learned. So we appreciate.
I've always felt like you can't be a blessing to anybody else. Hoarding the blessings like what we went through and what we came through and came clean on the other end. Like it could be somebody else going through the same thing. Me talking about it now could help spark whatever it is going to get them back in the right place. And that can't happen if I'm being selfish with it. Like, well, no, I don't want to tell people my business. Mind you, I'm not telling people everything.
Right, obviously, right.
But the parts that I feel like could help somebody else, I'll happily talk about that.
Yeah. You believe in like marriage counseling and stuff like that? You think it's necessary? Okay.
I do. I think that in a lot of instances a mediator is needed because you'll get to that place where you want to be calm. You want to have a calm conversation. You don't want it to go there, but she knows what buttons to push and you know what buttons to push. And, she say something that you don't like and as opposed to going off, you push a button back. And it's like, all right, so now we just going to button push until we get into a full-fledged argument.
Right.
Whereas the mediator is there to go, all right, see the button you just pushed? Yeah, don't do that. We're trying to keep it calm.
Yeah.
We didn't have a mediator. We kind of had to mediate ourselves. You know what I mean? Which made the process a little more, you know what I mean? Because you got to check yourself. It's like, all right, let me not yell right now. Because if I start yelling, you're gonna start yelling, and then we ain't gonna get nowhere. So let me consciously pull myself back in hopes that you'll see it, and then pull yourself back so that we can get to a place where we're gonna get something done. Right.
Okay, so I'm not gonna keep you any longer too, because my phone gonna die. But do we have, like your phone died earlier, do you have a time when you want the album to come out, like, like by the end of the year or what month? Or
my birthday's in October. October 18th is my birthday.
Yes,
indeed. Running the world on the low. Don't nobody know.
Good people. People are good people.
We're the best people. We're the best people.
Yes.
But I would love for it to come out maybe around my birthday, like early September, October. In there is where you should start looking for it.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for getting on with us today, man. We talked about everything. I appreciate you. I want to say bye to the kids. Bye, guys.
Oh, they didn't found. They probably somewhere destroying something else right now. I gotta actually. They're real quiet, actually. I need to probably go.
Let me let you go. Bye, NeYo. Appreciate you.
Take it easy, love.